Hi, and welcome to a Nobody's Watching Wrestling mini-sode. Nobody's Watching Wrestling Show. Bam, 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 bam. We have a special guest with us, born in America, made in your mom, professional wrestler Kris Wolf.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Oh, yeah.
Thank you for joining us. In addition to a wonderful professional wrestling career, Kris is also the current champion of the Gay Young Classic.
Hell
yeah!
Yay!
She got a trophy to
No.
prove it. Oh,
No.
it is covered in paint. It's not good for you.
But I like the high.
No.
I got to sing and dance with you.
You did. It was really wonderful. I enjoyed losing to you.
It was a good time.
You also attacked her.
I mean, well, she's beautiful.
It's part of the gig. Listen, I like being attacked. Speaking of attacking, why don't you tell us something about your career as a wrestler?
I have collected many things, many experiences, some of them coupled with concussions, but I made lots of friends and traveled to many countries and sampled their meats. I don't think I have a favorite country with meats, but I will say this. All humans are made up of the same thing.
Is it meat?
Yes.
Do you have any favorite experiences about being a wrestler?
Well, I mean, I have a lot, right? So but I do like meeting the people who I think I've always had online friends because I was one of those nerdy kids who was on the forums and stuff. So, like, meeting people in real life is pretty cool, and then kind of having that moment where they say that, oh yeah, that all those times you were just like shooting out energy, not knowing what life is about, that actually cheered me up, and it feels kind of worthwhile.
Wholesome wolf.
We're all gonna die. Does your life matter? Let's hope so. I mean, it does.
Let's segue from that.
Okay, yes, please.
Wait, I have one question.
Okay.
Who has your favorite outfit in all of pro wrestling?
All of pro wrestling. Who's the most naked?
Oh.
Jungle Boy? No, but that's too easy. That's just the loincloth.
You chose a match for us to watch. Would you like to tell us what the match is and why it's important to you?
Well, this match is a 6-man tag, me and my meat friends, versus Su Young and her undead brides.
Wait, is it 6 or is it 8?
It's definitely 8.
Is it? Wolves can't count, man! This match was important to me because it's probably the most fun I've had in a match. It's just madness, and it's all of whatever we felt like doing, wrapped in a delicious cannoli.
Yeah. It did look delicious. This was also, if I'm correct, your retirement match from Rise.
Yes. That was my last match from Rise, and there were like a few companies that first brought me out, which was ROH, Rise, Bar Wrestling, and AWS. Those 3 were in California at the time, and you know ROH is ROH, so they can do whatever they want. But like, I felt like those 3 companies really supported me and would always bring me back whenever I did my US tour. So
Work.
it was important to me.
Yeah, if Berica was here, she'd be crying.
She would be crying.
I would be licking her tears.
So let's get into this match, because it is start to finish perfection.
Just really one of the best matches I've ever watched in my life.
We watched it together and we were just all screaming.
Screaming!
Starting with the entrances, we get Su Young and the Corpse Brides, and they come in just angry and kind of grotesque and scary and like strong and sulky and stocky.
This made me really sad that when I do commentary on Su Young matches, we never get to goth hang out.
Oh.
But we will. So
I was gonna
Monday.
say, there's potential.
it's gonna happen.
And
You have to be ready, though.
I'm ready.
This isn't very gothy.
There's black.
Well, I guess, but why isn't your face covered in, like, gothy?
Well, you know, the night's young.
Oh, okay.
We've tried to put makeup on Accident Report, and he always says no.
It's not the makeup that makes me goth, it's my spirit.
Sure.
Oh, okay, that's
or
a good
lack
point.
thereof.
But then contrasted with that is your entrance with your meat friends, which is full cartoon greatness.
3 fuzzies and a gator.
Yeah. It's just all energy and like jumpy,
Sausage.
like
Oh, I had 2
bouncy.
big pieces of sausage
Oh.
in between my pectoral muscles.
Mm-hmm. It was, and the commentators literally never stopped talking.
Yeah,
about
they
it.
mostly talked about sausage the whole time, which I appreciated.
I made them hungry.
I mean, we couldn't take our eyes off it. But like this match had so much to offer, not just meat, though that was an important part.
You also just looked like you were having the best time smacking people with your sausage.
Yeah.
I love doing that. Is that what it's like to have a penis?
Sometimes.
What was your favorite spot in the whole match?
Oh, there's so many. But probably the spot where Kimberly gets the Brussels sprouts, spreads them on the ground for like the superplex from the top rope. Bam! One bride goes down, and then she starts eating the Brussels sprouts. And there's like kids behind me going like, "That's disgusting! Brussels sprouts are so gross!" And I'm like, "They are!" And then I take my sausage and I whip her with it. And then Sue Young comes, and then I whip her with it, and then I suplex her. And I think that's my favorite spot.
Oh, it was an amazing sequence. I want to give extra credit to Kimberly because when you hit her with the sausage, she spit all of the Brussels sprouts out in a beautiful arc, like it was blood spatter. It was a real attention to detail moment. And this match was full of things like that, where every time you had an opportunity to do something insane, you took it and then took it to the next level. Like, everything was as extra as could be. Like, you didn't even just have one sausage. When the first one got demolished, you had more.
A backup sausage.
Yeah, I mean, it was like 2 big pieces, so one part died, and then I just got the leftovers.
Yeah, no, but you were prepared. We are describing a lot of the cartoony parts of this match,
But there was like real wrestling in there too. Rocky and Roxy
Yeah.
were incredible.
Mm-hmm.
They were throwing stiff punches, cartwheeling about the place, real intense wrestling.
Yeah, and Su Young had the first time I've ever seen what the announcers called an arachnorana, which she was like on the turnbuckle, upside down, grabbed someone with her ankles by the neck, and then slammed her into the turnbuckle.
It was incredible.
It looked insane. It was super exciting to see.
Spooky and brutal.
And it was one of several times when, even though the match sometimes felt joyous and silly, there were many times when I felt like people might actually get hurt, which is the best kind of wrestling. It's got both.
Action.
It did have action. Were there times when you were personally worried that you might be at all hurt during this, or did you have it fully in control?
I think that even when we feel like we're in control, we're really not.
Protect the business.
That seems like an existential statement.
It is very existential, and it's like chaos is all around us.
Same.
Yeah. Oh, now I have to do some deep thinking. Accident Report, did you have a favorite spot in this match?
I liked the finish of the match the most because you just started gnawing on Su Young's neck with a mask on, and it made me wonder, what do ghosts taste like?
You actually have to ask Tito, because he's not a mask. He's a wolf.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That was politically incorrect.
It's okay. I mean, I guess technically he is a mask, but he himself is a wolf that lets people slide into him and use his powers if consent is given. If not,
Cool.
he just blinds them.
Hey, so you're retiring from wrestling, right?
I am.
So, what shit can you talk about people now?
Oh.
What gossip you got? Who you hate? Let's go.
You know, like, I was asked this. Actually, I'm asked this pretty often. I'm like, I don't actually, because, so, like,
Liar.
I'd say my relationship with wrestling is where it's evolved, right?
Uh-huh.
Because it's like I had this infatuation and this idea of what it was, got into it, got to know it, hated it, wanted to quit, wanted to leave, but then again learned what it was, accepted it for everything, like all of the bullshit that comes with it and all that I get, and then concussions, but whatever. But I feel like that's very much the love and the hate, like the disappointment of going to wrestle with your people who you idolize and then realizing that maybe they're not the perfect people that you imagine them to be. It's really silly, but like, I am grateful for that.
That was a real answer to a stupid question.
Sorry.
Never apologize.
I pee on that apology, and we'll pee on you later.
Okay.
Patreon bonus. So, I came into this match feeling like I was watching Avengers Endgame without having seen any of the previous movies, because there are a lot of characters, and this is obviously the culmination of a big everything. So could you tell us and our viewers more about your history with Soo Young?
Do you have this fear of, like, being human sacrificed?
I do now.
Do you?
I pray to be human sacrificed every day.
You're a complicated man.
True.
So I have this fear, right? And I feel like Sue haunts my dreams and knows exactly what I'm terrified of, because last year, for Last Rise, she kidnapped Tito and had some weird ceremony, and I think she was going to sacrifice him. And I tried to save him, and I was able to wrestle him away for a little bit, but then they overpowered me, and I'm not really sure what they did to me while I was unconscious, but I woke up and it was time for a match. So that that match last year, I was able to win Tito back. Actually, no, I lost that match. Sorry, concussions. But I lost the match, but I got Tito, and so this was kind of like, you're not supposed to take heads, Sue. Stop taking people's heads or animal heads. Was that okay?
That was great.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, and in case anyone out there didn't know, you're not supposed to take people or animals' heads.
That's right.
Unless you ask for consent.
Consent is important. But if you do want to watch the actual show, because I'm probably saying it all wrong, it's on Rise.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, please support all indie wrestling. Go pay for some matches that you want to see.
Stop paying WWE. Pay some other people.
Yeah, Rise needs your money. They're great. Congratulations on your retirement.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
And are there any social media outlets that you want to plug, or do you want people to stay away?
Well, I figure I can occasionally tweet something about life and existential crisis, because I feel like that's an ongoing thing.
Hell yeah.
But yes, I have Twitter. That'll still be going. @WolfInJapan. Instagram, WolfInJapan. YouTube occasionally, Kris Wolf in Japan. I have a Patreon where I do lots of live streams, and I send postcards. You know, I send T-shirts that I hand make. Not like I make the shirt themselves, but I draw things on it. Pause with these things. Ah!
Oh no!
I'm sorry, your couch.
Oh please, it's fake leather. It'll wipe off real easy.
The bit.
There we go.
Thank you. Can you hold my beer?
Yeah.
It was a weird feature this apartment came with.
An extra hand.
Just the hand.
Oh.
Great. So while you clean up, we'll do our outros. All of those things are linked below. If you would like to find me, I'm at Ariel Italic at all of the places.
I'm also having an existential crisis, usually on the internet.
Thank you for being here, Kris Wolf. You're amazing. Thank you for watching at home. We're done.